part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Run, William, run! He's got blockers in front. 5, touchdown! Joshua Cribbs turns disaster into a score! Kick blocked! They blocked the kick!
All right, before we get started, I want to talk to you guys about our friends at Newark Auto Body. Newark Auto Body is focused only on collision repair. They use only OEM, which is original equipment manufacturer parts or certified refurbished parts. They also are an iCar Gold Class certified collision center. This means that consumers that have up-to-date education in the latest materials and techniques to safely repair a vehicle after an accident. They are veteran-owned, and the owner, David Young, was a U.S. Marine, and many of the body shop techs have served in the military. They actually also participate in a ton of fundraisers and drives which benefit veterans and the families. They are family-owned and operated. 3 generations of Dave's family work in the shops in varying capacities. They are a local business. They are not part of a chain or a franchise. And the best part, they love animals. They have 5 regular office pets, and the employees also bring their pets in as well. Check out the Facebook page, Newark Auto Body, for the photos. They support all the local sports teams, professional events, scouts, boxcar derbies, local animal shelters with gifts, money donations, time, and much, much more. They invest in the community because it is their home. They have 2 locations, Newark Auto Body and Zanesville Auto Body. Go support Newark Auto Body for your automotive collision repair needs. What's up, Tyvis?
What's going on, Holly? What's going on? Listen, I'm coming down from a flu, but a flu can't even stop me. There's so much stuff going on.
Yeah, that's nothing for you.
Yeah,
nothing.
you know what I'm saying? The world needs to hear from Tyvis Powell, so I'm not going to let no flu stop me. Call me Michael Jordan. This is my flu podcast edition.
Yeah. Oh, now that's a big statement. The flu podcast. Oh,
that mean it's about to be the best performance I've ever had on a podcast.
I don't know. That makes me a little nervous. You in a flu game. I don't know.
All right, listen. I didn't wear. I got the cherry 12s on. I ain't got the flu game 12s. I wore them earlier this week. Because I fell for the flu, so I wore the flu games.
I gotcha. You're good. I can't even, speak of shoes, I can't even wear. I tried on, no joke, like 6 pairs of shoes. So I'm still dealing with my broken toe situation. There's only like 2 pairs of shoes I can wear that are like stretchy because it's my pinky toe and it's at like the top part of my pinky toe, like on the outside. So everything like rubs up against a shoe. So I can't wear any of my Jordans. Certainly can't wear heels. Not that I was wearing them a ton anyways. I can't wear certain sandals, nada. So I had a nice lunch meeting this week. And I had like a blazer on. I had nice black like pleather pants, and then I had these freaking like New Balance tennis shoes. Just like I'm like, well, this is as good as it's gonna get because.
All right, I thought you was back running again.
I that's the thing. Like in those shoes, the New Balance shoes I have are really nice because they're stretchy, so there's nothing rubbing up against the tip of my toe there. But and because of that, so I can like jog a little bit and stuff because there's no pressure on that part of my foot. It is but like I can't do a jumping jack. Try that because the pressure goes onto the outside of my foot. I can't do it. So it's weird. So I'm still lifting, but
you're still active though. It's not gonna keep you down.
I gotta move. I gotta move my body for my mind, like really more for my mind than anything. So
I get it. Hey, there's some people that would have used this as a perfect excuse to go ahead and throw the legs up, get a bag of potato chips, and put their favorite movie on.
I do that after. Well, as we talk about our ailments, I'm glad you're feeling better. And what else is making me feel better is the Browns maybe getting a new stadium, maybe no.
Oh, you all for it?
I am. So what we're going to cover today, Tyvis, is 3 things that came up this week with the Browns in the offseason. Browns playing in Brazil.
Ooh.
Maybe still.
Oh, we'll know. We'll know it. We'll know in like 24 hours.
Yeah. So, well, let's start with that one. Browns playing Brazil. Would you, first of all, I'm going to ask you how you feel about it. But second, I'm going to ask you, would you rather? Okay. Would you rather have the Browns play in Brazil or Christmas Day game?
Oh, Christmas Day. Now, if you asking me as a
Because
player, or
then
you
you,
asking me as a fan?
well, that's another good question because it could really go. I mean, the players probably gotta hate it, right? Like, I can't imagine as a player you would prefer that, especially. So, like, even doing the schedule game a little bit, if the Browns did play on Christmas, like what that they played, those games would be like the Saturday before, right? So to give them like say it was like a Thursday following Sunday game, right?
Right. Well,
So
it's
it'd be
going.
like
I
a
think Christmas on a Wednesday this
Wednesday.
year.
So they would
Yeah.
that Saturday before they would play I mean, maybe, right? To give them like that full quote unquote week, even though it's not a full week. Um, but the Christmas Day games are hard, I feel like. I mean, they sound cool. I guess as a fan, it's fun, right? You're just sitting
That's
at
why
home, whatever.
that's why I just said, well, how were you asking me as a
Right.
player? As a player, the Brazil trip easily. You know, if I had to choose the Brazil trip as a fan, I mean, well, technically, I would be working that day
I was
too.
just gonna
So,
say, so you would be working.
oh no, we Brazil both ways. Brazil both ways, because I ain't taking away from my kids at Christmas, and I couldn't imagine they would want to go away from their kids on Christmas. The only thing about the Brazil trip is the travel. You know,
What do
obviously,
you
I think
mean?
it's
It's such a pain in the ass,
it's a
though.
10 I think it's a 10-hour flight, you know. And the thing is, when I was doing the Browns radio, you know, I was talking to them about it. The only thing is, like, nobody's against Brazil. They just don't want to be the first ones. You know, they don't want to be the guinea pigs. You know,
Yeah.
you want to go next year. You know, let somebody go this year, let them figure everything out,
Yep.
security and all of those things out. And then next year, once they iron the kinks out, boom, then you want to go. But no, nobody's opposed to going. I mean, to get a chance to play in Brazil, to play in another country that maybe some people want to explore anyways. I mean, it ain't like they're going to Rio. I mean, Rio. If they was going to Rio, I'd be a little concerned. I'd be a
Well,
little
where they're
concerned.
no, well, where oh,
They're
if they're
not
going to
playing.
Car
No, they're
where are
going
they
to
going?
South Palo. Yeah, they're going there. So, which it still is a big city, but you know, obviously it's not Rio. I mean, obviously you're going. You know, if the Browns do it, they'll probably be mindful of trying to eliminate distractions as much as possible. So, you know, you'll go as late as you possibly can go. Maybe what if the game's
Yeah.
played on Friday? Probably get there on either a Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. And you know, get adjusted to that and stuff like that. But I think it'd be a really cool experience, though. You'd be surprised, you'd be shocked. There's probably some Browns backers out there. They'd probably be there to support, anyways. I'm not worried about, you know, some people was out there like, oh, the NFL is out to get the Browns because they're making them
No.
go out the country to play in their first
No.
game, and then they got to come back and play blah blah
We've
blah.
had it bad enough.
And
Who's coming after us?
I'm sitting there like, well, the Eagles will have the same thing. So you know,
Yeah.
it's real. You can't really say that. You know, this would be a fair fight for both teams. But I think they really would enjoy it. Me, I will be enjoying it from Berea. I'll be calling it from Berea anyways. So it don't make me no difference.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, but we don't need the NFL or the league to like poo-poo on us as the Browns. We do that just fine on our own. We don't really need help in that department.
Right.
Um, and you know, I think it's great that the NFL is continuing to try to broaden the you know, the global interest across the board
Mm-hmm.
with the NFL and to grow the sport. I think it's great that these games are played, you know, overseas and stuff. I don't know.
Would you make the trip?
Not there. I mean, that's the other thing. Like London was a whole different story, right? And some people might. I don't know. I wanted to see what time it was there. They're an hour ahead of us.
Okay, so it is
So it's
technically
9:47 there.
9:47. Oh, it's not bad.
That's not
Anyways.
that bad. I was a little worried. I'm like, wait a minute, then
I
what's the
listen.
time
I
change
got to
situation?
the closest I've been. to anything is when I played for Dallas. We played in Hawaii. That was fun.
Ooh.
We played in Honolulu. First of all, it was extremely freaking hot. It was probably the hottest game I've ever played in.
Ugh.
But we got there like we was there for like the week, and it was actually really cool to be, in Hawaii playing a game and stuff like that. Especially for me because I've never been to Hawaii, but I always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Um, I got to see Pearl Harbor and all of those
Oh,
things.
that's cool.
Yeah, they like gave us like a museum tour and stuff like that, taught us some
Yeah.
history. It was really, really cool. We played the Rams. That was a really fun experience. And that was fine. Our bodies felt good. We was able to go put on a good show.
Yeah.
So, like I said, dealing with that now, that's obviously Brazil and Hawaii is two totally different things, but like it was you're as an athlete, you're still able to take care of your body. It didn't affect the way that we played or anything like that. And you would imagine these guys are going to London, like the Jacksonville Jaguars go to London every year, and they still put on a good performance. There's
Yeah.
nothing that no negative comments come after that. So I think that these players will be fine from getting your mind right, getting your body right, and putting on a good performance on
Hmm.
game day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, it's an interesting place to choose. But I mean, I get the idea. It's all about that business.
It is, and I ain't listen. If they said Tyvis, you want to go? We have an open plane,
Yeah.
open seat on the plane, and an extra hotel room. Since you're on the Browns radio network, would you like to go? I would say absolutely. I would take that trip.
Yeah.
I'll go. I
See,
think my
see,
wife, my
see.
wife will let me go. My wife would be like, "All right, I'll see you when you get back." You know.
Yeah. Well, that's the first one I wanted to get your opinion on because yeah, like you said, it should be decided here pretty soon. I think it's between us and Green Bay.
Yeah.
Um, I was talking to a fellow teammate of mine, coworker, who was a big Green Bay fan, and he's like, I hope it's you and not us. I was like, well,
Well,
I
so
hear
so
ya.
the Eagles solidified is going. It's whoever
Yes.
Eagles is playing.
Yeah.
They going. Eagles and Packers, Eagles and Browns, Eagles and I feel like the Eagles and Browns like
I,
got I feel like it got history because of didn't AB come from the Philly? AB didn't he come from Philly?
did he?
Is that where
God, I don't
he
even know.
I
Where
think
did
he
he come
got
from?
I think he got ties with them. I'm pretty sure he got
Let's see.
ties.
He came from, yep, he was with the Colts and the Eagles.
Yeah. So he got ties with them. That's why and then we always played him in the preseason.
Yeah, let's
Don't
go to Brazil with Cade York. Let's just do it.
Oh, your boy. Listen, man, Kay York, the kicker of the future. You better get ready.
What the fuck? I
This
can't.
this
I
this
just
this D Hop's last year. You know what I'm saying? Contract is coming up. They can't afford them. So they gonna go ahead and just go ahead and get Kay York back going. Plus, Kay York got a bigger leg than pause than D
has Andrew
Hop.
Berry, you think,
So
ever broken up with anybody in his life? Do you think he's
yeah.
ever do you think he's ever or
Listen,
does he just
Anthony.
stayed with him
Listen,
because he can't let
Richard
him go?
Richard
Nobody.
LeCount is gone. Jordan Elliott, Taki. Uh, who else is gone? Hooper, not Hooper. Harrison Bryant is gone. Listen,
Harrison had a
he
little bit of a bright spot last year, but he pretty much
yeah.
sucks.
I'm just
But he
saying
was
he's
it wasn't bad last year. He had a
and
couple.
is your roommate still there? He's still living there?
Oh no, he's gone, so. Nope,
He gone?
he gone. I actually have a new neighbor. I met him. His name's well, never mind. I won't say his name. I almost just said it. It's almost like, wait, we're just talking. Nice young kid. Mr. Anthony Schwartz is gone. So
He's dang, did you cry? Was it
good
like
riddance.
was it
You
one
know,
of those ones where everybody came outside and like
he was, I can say this now because he's not here anymore, but like he was not a friendly person to live next to in any capacity. So he just wasn't. Even passing him like in the hallway, it was there, like we are the only people, and it was like a direct straight look at not me. Which whatever. I mean,
I hope that kid bounces. I hope somebody give that kid an opportunity.
he had a lot of opportunities. That's the thing, Tyvis. I just don't think he was cut out for it.
No, I think he
He just
but
couldn't make the
he
transition.
should have stayed running track then, you know what I'm
You
saying?
should have.
And
Yeah,
he
chose
probably
the wrong
think that
sport.
too, like, man, I should have just kept playing track. Should have kept running track.
I know he should have. All right, topic number 2 of the evening. Now, there's been much talk about the Haslam's buying land down in Brookpark area. The First Energy, well, it's not First Energy Stadium anymore. I guess it's Brown Stadium.
Yes.
Needs a ton of renovations. Um, but then when Haslam's bought the land, it's like, are they moving the team out there? But then is there a dome? So, would you rather? Another one. Have the Browns stay downtown with like state of the art facility, right? No dome.
Okay.
Or suburbs, dome.
Suburbs in the dome. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
this we play in Cleveland and it gets cold, and I feel like, fans want to still be able to enjoy the game. How many times have the weather, the wind has messed up a kick or something, or has really played a part? You get to the December games. Remember the Saints game last two
Was that,
years
oh, that was
ago?
Christmas Eve, right? The Christmas Eve
Yeah,
game?
yeah, where it was just unbearable,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh, that's our advantage." No, it's not. You want to, at the end of the day, you want to see a good product on the field, and you don't want the weather to really play a factor in what's going on. So I'm okay with it moving there. And then on top of that, you could take the old stadium, blow it up, redo it, or remake something there on the lakefront, maybe make some houses or something. And I think everybody benefits from that. So I'm a fan of them moving it to Brook Park. I think that's really what they want to do, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I know that the Haslam's came out and said, we got two options right now. Man, let's call a spade a spade. They really want to go. They want to go to Brook Park
Yeah.
because he wanted to do it like how Jerry got it in Arlington
Mm-hmm.
or in Frisco, not because he got the practice facility in Frisco. Then he did the area with housing, restaurants, car dealerships, and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I think Jimmy and D want to do the same thing where they can just build up, make that Brook Park area stadium, put some restaurants there, some hotels, and just get paid. It'll be a cash cow. And like I said, a lot of fans really want a dome. I think Deshaun really want a dome, and I still believe that when they got him to come here, they probably told him, "Hey, eventually we're gonna get a dome on
Yeah.
this thing." So I think they just want to really keep up to that promise, and I think they really do want to move in Brook Park.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. Like there was parts of me at times where I was like, well, it's good for the city and stuff, but that the whole layout, I mean, this is not any new information here, but the whole layout of that stadium and where it's at just sucks. Like it's so hard to get to a game. It's so hard to try and park. Um, and the parking alone is just ridiculous. I was out in Green Bay, speaking of Green Bay, for a game in September. And now granted, that's a different setup because it's houses and whatever.
Oh,
Um,
Green Bay. Oh, you drive from nowhere, then you go in
yeah,
through a town, and then boom, the
boom, it's
stadium
right
is
there.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nuts.
I've been
And
there a few times. I know.
um and then even well, in Milwaukee actually, the Brewers, for instance, even though it's baseball, I mean, the parking is just you park outside of the stadium. You know what I mean? Like it just you park and you walk and it's easy. Um and the tailgating by the way in Green Bay was amazing, which again, I know it's not like totally comparable, but and then the dome thing also on top of it, there's so much more that we can get. And the biggest thing that we could possibly get is a Super Bowl. To host a Super Bowl. I mean that's one of the top we will never be considered without it. You know what I mean? They did what year did they do the Super Bowl in New York? Wasn't that
Oh,
like
that was when Richard Sherman won it all in 2015.
and it was freezing. It just was not a good,
I
you
remember
know?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a thing. Like I thought I'd like it. And again, I'm also a big I do love the outdoor elements when it comes to games. Like I thought
Stop it. Stop it.
I do. I do love
Stop
it,
it.
but I don't love it enough to where I would want that over a dome in the
Uh,
burbs.
Holly, listen, I
I
am
do.
I'm against fans that say we need those elements because it's our advantage. I
No,
feel
I
like
just
the
think it's more fun.
I feel like the people that say that are the ones that are watching it from home. Because if you sit in that game in that cold for 4 quarters, that's not what you're saying. You complaining the
course not.
entire time. Oh my God, it's so cold here. So yeah, stop it. I hate when people are, oh yeah, we love snow games.
I
No,
do.
no,
I do.
you like to, yeah, because you're watching it from the comforts of your home. If you're
Or the suite.
standing, if you're outside in the stands cheering it on and standing there for 4 quarters, then I salute and respect you, and you can say those things. But if you're watching it in the warmth, stop it. Stop it.
So the suite under a heater doesn't count outside?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Jimmy, he's trying to appease. Look, the city will shit a brick if the Browns aren't there. But,
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I mean, listen, the Browns only play down there. It's what, 8 to 10 games a season, so it's 10 Sundays or a Monday that they're gonna be down there.
yeah, but that's big. I mean,
It is. It brings a lot of business to some of those, restaurants and the pre games and all of those things.
and the
But
parking lots and like all of that. I
yeah,
mean, if you
I
think
think.
about all, I
But
mean, all of it.
you still got the Cavs and you still got the Guardians, so it's still gonna be action down there.
I know. It ain't the same though, as a Browns football home
Unless
game.
they gonna blow up the stadium and redo it with a dome on it. At the end of the day, it's gotta come dome. It just has to be.
I don't think, and I want to say I read somewhere that there was like no dome if it's downtown, but I don't know. I could be making that up, but I swear I read that
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's like you can either get $1 billion renovation or you
Yeah.
can get the new stadium. And I'm like, you don't want that. You don't want, because y'all keep telling me how bad it is. Like y'all keep telling, y'all saying like it's poorly built. Everybody said the Brown Stadium is poorly built. So like, why would you want to continue to put product in there? Like, just go ahead, go to Brookpark. Everybody will be fine. Trust me.
I know. Nope, I'm with you. Okay. Third thing. The Browns, or not the Browns, geez. The NFL made some big rule changes that they just came
Tuh,
down with.
tuh.
And all right, well, let's get into it. New hybrid kickoff model that will encourage returns, punish kicks that will go for touchbacks to the end zone by giving the receiving team the ball at its own 35-yard line. It's
30.
its own, I thought it's 35.
No, I thought they said they switched it to, if it goes as a touchback, they said they was gonna put it at the 30. They wanted to put
Maybe
it at the
that's what it was.
35, but they said no, we
Oh,
gonna
I
put it
spread
at the
35.
30.
It's this XFL kickoff that they've tested. So eliminates the running start for cover men and takes out the possibility of the ode to the onside kick.
Yeah. That's the worst part about this.
But
That's
they can
the only.
still onside kick if they're trailing in the fourth.
Yeah,
That's part of it.
yeah, but you gotta announce it. They
And
announced
you gotta
that you
announce it. I know
onside.
that is really
Yeah,
weird.
so the
I
surprise
mean,
onside kick is gone. Which, I mean, a lot of teams use that, so it's not like it wasn't something that we didn't see.
not very
I,
much.
lo-
Well, how are you feeling
I
about it?
I don't have a problem with the new return policy. When I first seen the XFL do it, I thought, it eliminated the collision. So from a safety standpoint, it's still there, but you still got excitement. You still allow these guys an opportunity to return the ball. I thought that the way this past season that happened, it was a ton of touchbacks. Because it was like they were completely eliminated. I think he was able to fair catch the ball now and get
Yeah.
a touchback. So I didn't like that. I thought it took the element of special teams out, and I go on. Obviously, I look at special teams totally different than the average Joe because that was my niche. Like I made it for 4 years because of special teams, so that holds a special place in my heart. And I don't want them to cut something out because that's eliminating ways that people can make rosters.
Right.
So I think this still allow you to still be physical. You can still make plays. You can still get returns. I think the XFL had a return last year, like maybe 1 or 2 total
It was only like
returns.
2.
Yeah, something like that. So it's still there. Guys just got to be creative. It's going to allow special teams coordinators to get creative. I think that now the NFL is amongst the elites. Now, no diss to the XFL or the UFL or the USFL or whatever. No disrespect to none of them at all. But the NFL is the elite of the elite. You're there for a reason. And, those guys have the ability to make guys miss and do crazier things. So I'm actually interested to see, if we do see a lot of returns from this, or do we not see any returns at all? That I'm very interested to see those things. I think it's a good trial and error. I think that this is something that people are going to like, actually, because, it still gives you that excitement of still getting that opening kickoff. And, you can either have a guy on defense make a really good play, or you can have a returner make a really good play. Either way, it can still affect the game. The special teams can still make an impact on the game instead of them taking away the whole kickoff to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, the teams are going to have to get creative. I think it's going to, they're going to have to figure out different ways to strategize, get creative with covering, returning, and I feel like it could be a really massive advantage this season for some teams if they're able to kind of figure it out and get it to work for them. And I think
you seen what Pittsburgh did, right? As soon as the rule got announced,
no,
they signed Cordero. They signed Cordero Patterson.
Oh God.
It was literally like the rule changed. Boom, they signed Cordero Patterson.
I'll tell you what, those Steelers are another conversation
They
for another
smart.
day.
They smart.
They are smart. They make me nervous, and they're still making me nervous. And people are really hating on Russ. I think he's gonna excel under Tomlin. I do.
I do. No, listen, when you think about his situation, he literally found a situation that reminded him of Seattle. Great defense,
Right.
Great rushing attack, but still got some playmakers that he can work with. It's literally just like Seattle. Great coaching. So he's put himself in a situation to be able to thrive and be able to succeed there. And I think that he will succeed, and they will be better than a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah. No, I do too. I mean, people are poo-pooing that and the Fields, and they got Fields for pennies, and I just, I will never count out Mike Tomlin.
You can't. You just can't. So anytime you think you got them figured out, boom, something great happened. They still make the playoffs.
Making moves, man. They're always coming around. They're always figuring it out. And I will give them that. I don't like to give them much of anything, but I'll give them that. And it's really frustrating because, we strive to be those ones that are clever and creative and can make these moves and these, and we just, we guarantee 230 million to somebody.
Oh my God.
it's really tough. It's really tough.
Let's say I think he's gonna cash out on that this year. I'm expecting a really big year from him.
All right.
I
hope you're right. I really do.
I just feel like every day he's starting to get more and more confident. He getting his confidence back, and the further he gets removed from that situation,
you mean
the more
from Flacco?
No, you know what I mean. the more he get removed from that situation, I feel like the better off he's gonna be. So we'll see.
Let's hope. I mean, not to bring it up, but I'm going to bring it up. The more and more I thought about this Flacco thing and more that's come out and stuff, that, it was too much. It was too much of a distraction, I think, for him, really, at the end of the day. And not even just for him in the sense of him. It was him of everything surrounding Flacco and the story and all of that. And I think the Browns wanted to show a certain loyalty and just thank you for your service. Thank you for your time, and on to the next. And we're going to bring in Jameis Winston, and God knows how that's going to go. How many games do you think Deshaun will play before Jameis Winston comes in?
What do you mean?
Starting. Like if he gets hurt or whatever. What doesn't matter what the reason is.
Oh, no. You think how many games will Jameis Winston start this season?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Zero.
that way.
Zero.
Okay.
Unless, you know what? That's a lie. One. End of the year when they rest in players.
Oh, I hope you're right. I hope it is just one. Well, those were the big three topics for this evening's Orange is Oranger Cleveland Browns podcast.
Even though the NFL is trying to handicap the defense and make it hard on defense with this hip drop BS,
All right,
You know,
give me your hip drop rant. I want to hear. I want to know it.
it's BS, Holly. Like, listen, how is it that how are we supposed to tackle people from the? All right, so
Yeah,
let me paint this picture for you. When you playing the game of football, you know those ones where they teach you how to rugby style tackle. You see those guys tackle their leg and drive and make those good form fit tackles. You know how many
yes,
time, you know how many opportunities you get to do that in the course of a game? Very slim. A lot of tackles are from the side. You're chasing them at an angle. So you don't
right.
never get that straight up tackle like that anymore. So a lot of the times you're taught to wrap and roll. You're taught to grab them by the waist and
Roll
roll
over.
and
Yep.
drop your hips and roll and stuff. Well,
Uh-huh.
if you can't do if 80% of the tackles is like that, and you got to make them by dropping your weight and doing those things, you telling me now that you just put a rule in? How are you supposed expecting these guys to tackle? Just imagine a guy like David Njoku running a slant on some safety and he's got to make this tackle. How you think he gonna make the tackle without dropping it, without hip dropping? There's no way. So it's unbelievable that every year they find a way to try to make it hard on the defense. I understand that everybody loves to see scoring. They like to see 50 and 60 points scored in games like that. But you got to think that it's dudes on the other side of that ball that's made a living, that's figured out ways to still dominate this game. And now you always looking for a way. The tush push was on the ballot to get banned. Guess
I'm
what
glad
they
the tush
said?
push made it through.
Guess what they said? No, they're scoring all the time with that. It's like a
Right. They're
99%
scoring.
chance they're gonna score. So why would we ban it?
Right.
It is one of the most violent plays in the game of football. You got guys jumping over the line of scrimmage to try to hit somebody. That little
Scary.
1 yard play is extremely violent on the offensive line. Like it's so much stuff that's going on, but you telling me you care about our safety. Baloney, man. Y'all just want people to score. And it really makes me upset that y'all do this to the defense, but y'all never ban anything that an offense does. Nothing. It's everything they do is perfectly fine, but y'all always looking to try to stop the defense. It's unbelievable. It really is. So now I'm with the players where they say, let's just put the flags on it because that's what y'all gonna do anyways. That's what y'all trying to
I was
tip.
just gonna say they're gonna do it
Y'all,
anyways.
y'all trending towards that anyway. So let's just go ahead and skip all this this BS. Put the flags on them. At least it's a fair advantage. At least we can at least do something to stop stuff. But this hip drop stuff, like I'm so curious to see how they monitor this and how they gonna ref this during game because that's ridiculous. Like as a defender, I'm about to go in there and make a tackle. Now I got to think to myself, oh my God, how am I gonna tackle this dude? I can't do it the way I used to do it all the time. So now I got to try to figure that out. It's gonna be a lot of broken tackles and it's gonna be a lot of missed tackles because of this. So there you go, NFL. Congratulations. The offense is gonna give you a great output, and I hope that you guys
Yeah,
are
they
happy.
are.
Don't get
Yeah,
like
they are.
don't get like the NBA though, where it gets so become unwatchable because all they doing is scoring all the time. So I hope you guys enjoy what y'all doing. Great job. Good. Way to go.
We're shipping this off to NFL headquarters once we wrap this episode up.
Because it's people that's making rules that never played
No,
the
I know.
game. Like
I
y'all
know.
ain't never went out there and had to make no tackle. So of course y'all say, "Oh, that looks terrible. Oh my God, he's landed on his leg, so we got to get rid of that." Like that's like that's part of the game. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Ridiculous. And I rant. This concludes my TED talk.
I know.
Thank you.
You were itching to get this off your chest even before we started. So again, this is not like the first time you got it off your chest. You already done this twice. This twice today, you said. So third time's a charm. This was that was what a great flu rant that was.
Hmm. No, no, because I'm upset and I'm not letting it go, Holly. I can't
I
let
know.
it
I
go.
don't. I know. I know.
I can't
I
let
don't
this
blame you.
go.
I get it. I get it. I mean, look, you said it. Why they want it. They want the more points, more money, more bets, more all of it. I mean, that's and they hide behind the safety and all of that stuff. It's it yet again. So, I'm sorry about your defense.
I hope you are you gonna go to the games and just be extremely happy that they score 60 when the score is 70
No,
to
I don't know.
77?
Like that's not fun. I mean, that's not fun for it either. I mean, what game was it that who had like the 70, was it Denver? Who had 70 points or lost by 70, 50 points or who was that this year? Was it Denver that lost? Miami beat them. Was that this year?
Miami beat Denver, yes.
Yeah, by like 50 points or something. Wasn't it like something insane? Like,
Yeah,
I
it was.
don't know. That's not fun, you know? Like, that's not fun. No.
That's what.
Defense doesn't win championships
That's
anymore.
where we're
Sorry.
heading. The Davis Stern and them did this in the NBA because they wanted to get more scoring, and look what happened. Now you get 150 points scored in a game. There you go.
Now next thing we're gonna have like a 19-game season.
Well, it's going.
No.
Oh, it's going. Well, it's going to 18 for sure. So
we're trending in that direction. All right, Tyvis, we'll be back here soon to talk about the latest and greatest with the Browns and the draft, which is coming up not too far.
ooh.
Can't wait for our non-first round pick. It'll be really exciting. I think I'm gonna be in Detroit,
our first round pick is Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun again. God, he better turn out. I'm gonna.
He will.
Whatever.
He will.
Yeah. I just don't feel it yet. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for us on the Orange is Oranger Cleveland Browns podcast. I am Holly. He is Tyvis. Tyvis, want to take us out?
Go Browns. Defense still win championships.